Recording?
We are recording.
Alright.
Make sure it's
Yep.
good as a gum. Lights a go. Alright. You ready? What's going on, Drone Scouts? Well, today here in the office with my son Sean. Been talking to Sean a lot ever since he did his first video with me flying the Phantom 4. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'll put a link in the description below, or maybe I'll put a card either over here or over here, somewhere. But I figured since he wants to go buy his first drone, I figured there's going to be a lot of people who want to buy their first drone but not really sure where to go buy it, what they're looking for. So I want to do this quick video, a little tutorial on, how to go out about buying your first drone. So, first question I'd have to ask you is how much money you're looking to spend?
Like 200, 250.
200, 250? All right. Because the first thing you need to know is when you want to buy a drone is you got to figure out how much money you're going to spend.
Yeah.
Because that's really going to determine what type of drone you can buy.
I don't want to go like too little because I don't want a cheap drone, and then I don't want to go too high because like it's a beginner drone. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
All right. Now, like, take the Phantom 4.
Yeah.
That drone is $1,400.
Yeah, that's not in my budget.
Right. I mean, I know you like the drone. It's really good.
Yeah.
But to be honest, there are cheaper drones, without all the bells and whistles, like the Phantom 4 and a lot of the DJI products have obstacle avoidance.
They have like everything.
Yeah, they have like everything. Autel is another good one that has is $1,000 for that drone, which I know is out of your price budget. It's out of mine as well. So, but really anything under $100 is really toy grade.
Yeah.
Like there is one drone from DJI that's $100. I feel it's a really good beginner drone to fly. You can fly it inside and outside. It's got altitude hold. It's the sensor on the bottom is barometric pressure. So when you're flying it outside, it's going to hold its position, but it's going to go in the wind, but it'll stay the height that it needs to stay. Since it's a little harder. Now that don't have a controller, you do that with your phone.
Yeah.
But if you want the controller, they sell.
I like the controller.
Yeah, I like the controller too.
Yeah.
Now they have there's a company called GameSir that has a controller that looks kind of like an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
And you can use that for it's called a Tello. It's a $100 drone. Now they just came out with a new one. It's the Iron Man edition. Has the Iron Man app and all that. It's really good from what I hear. I haven't tried it out. I've seen a couple videos. I know one of my buddies is getting one. He hasn't got it yet. But now anything under 100, like I did a review on SEMA X5UW. That was a $50 drone. Now the camera quality, also plays in the factor of how much you're going to spend.
I'm looking for something with a good camera. So.
Right. Well, I'd say something with a really good camera. Where's that noise?
I don't know. Maybe the TV.
I got it.
We're in timeout.
I think we're good to go.
All right. We'll have to edit that part out. All right.
I thought it was fun.
I might edit it out. No, I might leave it in, just on purpose now. All right, so you want something with a good camera. For like $250, you're looking at like a 1080p, which is really good. I mean,
It's like universal.
yeah, I
resolution.
mean, technology really advanced a lot. I mean, like 2 years ago, you really couldn't even get a 1080p on the cheaper drones, you know what I mean? Except for like the DJI and stuff like that. But like all the drones that are under $100, they got 720p. You can find a couple that it's 1080p. But now I'd say a good price to start if you did like $200, Hubsan makes a good drone with a 1080p camera on it. It's got GPS, which is Global Positioning System, right? It does have altitude hold and all that as well. Flight time is another big issue.
Oh yeah.
So, like with the Hubsan X4, as a matter of fact, it's one of the ones I had when I first started out, which I still have. I love the drone. You get 20 minutes of flight time on each battery. It's really good to learn how to fly. The distance, I'd say just starting out, line of sight, which that's the FAA rule anyway. You still have to, fly line of sight. But, with the Hubsan,
what does that mean?
line of sight. Basically, what it means is when you put the drone up and you start flying, you have to keep it within visual sight.
Okay.
Right. Now, again, like the DJI, the Autel, and X Dynamics, they have a drone called the Evolve. Unique, they have drones that have like 5 mile range and stuff like that. I mean, really, you're not gonna be flying 5 miles away.
Yeah, I don't see the point of that.
Now I could see if you're over the water and you just want to test it out. You know what I mean? You want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For fun, yeah.
Yeah, I had a buddy already do that.
Yeah.
He went out. I can't remember how far he went, and he was coming back, and his battery got so low that he was only maybe about 200 feet away from the shore.
Yeah.
And it just went right into the drink.
Mm.
Yeah, and that was a brand new Mavic 2.
How much is that?
That's $1,400. Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that
I
either.
can see.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say the Hubsan X4 is a good starting drone. Believe it or not, Parrot, they make a really good drone, Parrot Bebop. Now, when I bought mine, I bought the Bebop Power Bundle, which comes with 2 batteries, the case, and all that stuff with it. And that cost me $530. But now, because it's been out for a while, you can find that for like about $250.
Now, do you recommend getting used or?
Well, if you know the person
Yeah.
and it's your buddy or something like that, then yeah, you can go with used. But I would try to stay away from like going on eBay or Craigslist or something like that. I mean, I've had bad experiences already with that. When I bought my first Phantom, I bought it off of eBay, and when I got it, started it all up and everything like that, the gimbal was going crazy.
Yeah.
I contacted the seller, and he said, no, it worked fine. And so I took a video of it. I'm like, no, it don't work fine. So he refunded my money. And in the meantime, there was a guy on YouTube named Original Adobo, and at the time he was selling his drone. So I figured, what better way to buy a drone off of someone who does it?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I started talking to him and all that, and then he sold me his drone. And believe it or not, the first time, as soon as I got it, I took it out. I went over to Saunders Park. No, I'm sorry, I went over to the rec center. It was right after 3 o'clock, after everybody had left. I started it up. I got it to hover. I started taking off. My first flight lasted me 2 minutes and 42 seconds, and it fell out of the sky. And that was a mess. The worst part was calling Original Adobo and telling him, yeah, I got the drone,
Yeah, I just broke it.
and I crashed it.
Yeah.
He was like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, dude, no, I'm not kidding you. But it was a mess. But I got a new one, which is the one you flew. It works great. I love it. I'm still waiting and hopeful that they come out with a Phantom 5, because I'm saving my money for that. Even though there's rumors that they're not doing it, they are doing it, they're not doing it. I think they will do it, because it's really, when you look at that type of drone, that's the drone that everybody recognizes when they see a drone. When someone says drone, I want to go fly a drone, the first thing you're picturing is that type of drone, that DJI
Cadillac
Phantom.
of drones.
Yeah, the Cadillac of drones.
Are there types of drones?
Yeah, Autel has a drone called the Evo. It's a portable one. you know, that folds really small and then you open it up. That's $1,000. It's a really good drone. It gives DJI a run for its money.
Yeah.
I think if they come out with something better, maybe longer battery life, it's gonna. I think it rivals DJI. I really do. Unique. They have drones. They got a Typhoon H and H Plus. That's with the 8 motors on it. What's that called? Exocopter or whatever? Octocopter?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's way if one of the motors fail, it'll still, yeah.
7 other motors.
Yeah. So you got Parrot, DJI, Unique. Who else? Hubsan. Hubsan has another one called a Xeno. Now, the Xeno is kind of like the Mavic 2 or the Autel, but it's really cheap.
Yeah.
It's like $349. But it's, you know, I mean, I've seen a guy named Kelly Shores on Ready Set Drone. He had it and he didn't have a really good experience when I was watching his video. So I'm like, hoping they do a couple updates, firmware updates, you know. But I'd say really, you know, your first drone, I would just go with something easy like a Parrot. I think is great.
Yeah.
The Hubsan, you have the X4, they have the 501S. They have this other one I can't remember the name, but I also have it to where you can do with the FPV and all that stuff like that. But
I'm not
yeah,
looking.
yeah. I hear you. But yeah, I mean, anybody out there looking to get their first drone, hopefully you keep a lot of stuff in mind about how much money you're going to spend, what type of drone you're going to get for $100 and below, and what type of drone you're going to get from $100 and above. So what we'll do is we'll go online. I'll show you some. I'll show you my Parrot.
Yeah.
It's got a 1080p. It doesn't have it to where well, you can aim it down and aim it up. You know, it's a 2-axis gimbal. It goes up and down, and it's got a really good video for 1080p, and it's got a 20-minute flight time. It's, you know, I think it's really good, and it's got return to home and all that, which is another thing that you're not going to get with a lot of the lower ends. I mean, they'll have like that Semi had. That had a auto takeoff, auto land, which is fine. But you also want something to where if you're having any problems.
Like the one I flew where it came back when you were having connectivity problems.
Right.
Which is good.
Yeah. And
you don't want it, because that was above the water, so you don't want it just drops where it's at.
Right. Yeah, see, like the Parrot, the Hubsan, you know, because they're like $200 and above, they lose transmission. They have the fail-safe to where they automatically go back to where
that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Yes, I would really say the Bebop. I can't say enough about it. The Bebop 2, and they also Parrot, who makes the Bebop, also have another drone called the Anafi, and that's got a 4K camera on it. Now that camera goes all the way down, rotates 180 degrees.
Really?
All the way up, yeah. Now that drone, when that came out, I believe it was around $800 or $850 or something like that. I can't remember. But now it's lower in price, which is good.
Is that what the drones do? Like when new ones come out, they
usually you see a good indicator when a drone's coming out. A company tends to put the other drones on sale.
Okay.
They try to get
get rid of the stock.
Yeah, get rid of the stock. So when they come out with a new one, like when DJI came out with the Mavic 2 Pro, the Mavic 2 was it the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom. The Phantom 4 lowered price a little bit, and the Mavic Air came down. The Mavic Pro came down, and they're all still good drones. Now the good thing about those type of drones is they don't really lose too much value.
Yeah.
Like 4 years from now, if you have, say, a Mavic Pro, all right, you bought it for $600. Yeah, you probably could sell it for $400 or $500 because they don't really lose that much to it because they're just good drones.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it, really. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. If anybody's looking to buy a new drone, leave a comment below. And subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, all right, which I always forget.
Yeah.
So I'll let you take it.
All right. Peace out, Drone Scouts.
Fingers down